Okay, America, listen up. I'm gonna take this opportunity to I'm gonna just get right to it. I am denouncing whatever the word is I need to use. I'm not participating. I am no longer a part of the Democratic Party. They ain't got my vote no more. Uh, I'm trying to think of what other language I could say it in. My vote, El Gono. I am no longer a part of the Democratic Party. I'm unbrainwashed. I mean, I'm not Republican or nothing like that, but Democrats, come on, bro. The gig is up. So I mean, I'm a free agent. So any of those other parties out there that's looking for votes, I'm taking applications, but definitely not Democratic over here. We unbrainwashed.
What made you leave the Democratic Party?
What made me leave the Democratic Party was during the pandemic. Was how everything was always Trump fault, Trump fault, Trump fault, and how Democrats were lying on Trump, and also how um, we were just being told what to do and follow these rules. I shouldn't say rules. These new way of thinking, meaning with the LGBT community, just because. I didn't really have an opportunity to listen to another side or hear another opinion. It was just you either get on this train or you don't. And then also with George Floyd, how they propped up George Floyd as a savior, as a martyr, and he was nothing but a dope fiend.
I have to tell you, the first gentleman who said he's no longer a Democrat and he's taken applications and he's now a free agent. He said that, y'all, like he was a football player, right? Or a basketball player that's looking to be signed. I like that. And the second gentleman who was just talking about um, the lies that they claim Trump told and leaving the Democratic Party because of that and because of the rules that they were forcing on you and that sort of thing, and the LGBTQ agenda and all that kind of stuff. I have to tell you, when Trump first came out, when he first got elected, I didn't vote for him. I wasn't Democrat. I've always been an independent, but just looking at his policies and listening to someone in my church who told me, he said, I want you to look not at the person, but look at the policies. So I started looking at his policies. I started looking at, what he was for, the things that he was against, and I ignored all of the noise. Then I started researching everything that he said. And you know what I found out? There was nothing that he said that was a lie. Nothing. And that's very telling. But this is Renee from Kingdom Politico. We're listening to a righteous perspective. I'm going to put the link in the description for you, but make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And let's continue to watch this.
I got more from this brother right here, but I appreciate you guys pulling up today. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Hey, there's a lot of people that even with everything going on, there's still a lot of people that are saying, hey, walking away from the Democratic Party, I can no longer support the liberal agenda anymore. We got to get into it. And as much as mainstream media does not want to discuss these individuals, I got to share them with you. Hit that like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel.
Oh my God, that's crazy. It's a piano.
These individuals, I got to share them with you. Hit that like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep going.
But also, you said that you left the Democratic Party and because the way they was blaming with Trump. Well, what made you even start liking Trump? Like, cause just because they blaming him for something don't mean that you believe in him. You actually believe in him right now, right?
Absolutely.
But what made you start believing in him?
What started made me believe in him was that believing everything he said. When I started listening to what he was saying, and then how the media and the news and the people that support the Democratic Party, how they was trying to spin everything, I just felt like he wasn't getting a fair shake. And everything coming out of his mouth can't be a lie. And as things were getting debunked, and as things were changing, like Charlottesville.
Quick, in 5 seconds, one truth. Give me one truth for Trump. Quick.
What do you mean one
A
truth?
one truth. Because everything is not a lie. Give me one truth.
One truth. The fact that he denounced those white supremacists during Charlottesville.
Yeah, that's been debunked. I don't know, for a while at this point. Yeah, I'm glad to see other brothers out there, just looking at it at face value and not just saying, hey, I'm a Democrat, I'm black, I'm gonna support these people no matter what. Look at the policies, look at the agendas, and make a decision based off of that if I align with it or not. Now, I'm not saying that you are going to 100% align with either side, but you got to look at it and say, which one makes the most sense for me today and for the type of nation I want to leave to my family. You got to think about it in that manner.
So I'm a former liberal, a liberal in recovery, if you will. And I have to
She said in recovery.
say, after making the switch and looking back and reflecting, in order to be a liberal, you really have to ignore facts and findings. You have to ignore the blatant obvious and live in la la land and live in the clouds and just like not be in touch with reality. So their behavior makes sense to me because that used to be me.
Yeah. That's the expectations as well when it comes to being a part of the liberal agenda. It's don't think outside of the box. Don't think for yourself. Get in lockstep or get in line with everything that they believe in, and don't question anything and question everyone that is not a part of it. And anybody that's not a part of it, you can call them, all types of names, and you can bully them into, joining the liberal party or liberal.
And it's not by accident that this is happening. Our school system is geared to subjugate children to controlling their minds, to becoming robots. The schools were created they were formed to create employees. You have to think back in the days, it was an industrial world. So people needed, and globalists needed people to work in factories. They needed people to work at companies, and they didn't want anybody to question what they were doing. Don't just do what I do. We don't want you to be a leader. We want you to be a follower, and we want you to just work at our command. That's the way the globalists intended education to be. So the fact that a lot of these kids even now are coming out and they're liberal. Thank God now more are waking up. So we have quite a few conservatives as well. But even when they go to school, you have some that have gone to school, to college with values. They were Christian. They go to school. They get indoctrinated. And the next thing you know, they come out and they want to be a freedom fighter for Hamas. All of this is done by design. And here it is. We have a whole slew of liberals in our society that have voted in jihadists as mayors, who have taken up to hate Israel, to fight for Hamas's mission. Okay. And they've become radicalized. It's all by design, people. But let me know what you think in the comments. Let's continue.
Agenda. I mean, that's just, who they are.
Realizing that I was a liberal and really realizing what liberalism was made me feel like I was such a dumb bitch. I can't believe I walked around for years thinking that I knew things when I didn't know shit, right? I still don't know shit. And that's my policy, right? There's still so much for me to learn, but there is nothing that gives me more secondhand embarrassment as a former liberal than when I'm talking to older Gen Zers or millennials about Marxist-Leninism, and they turn to me and they're like, well, when you get older, you're going to realize why that's unrealistic. First of all, I'm so sorry, you are wrong. You are the child in this situation too, if you think that capitalism and democracy are compatible. But also, the confidence and the smugness that these people walk around with thinking that they're correct, it is embarrassing. You are stupid. It's okay. It's almost as if that is the intended result of the American school system. It's okay to be stupid. admit it. Look in the mirror and be like, maybe I don't know shit. It will make your life better. I promise you. And it'll probably make you read more.
Yeah, capitalism allows for the academic class, or the quote unquote intelligentsia, to exist. Because if it wasn't for the capitalistic way, hey, you would be focused on just surviving and not necessarily focusing on a bunch of things that doesn't matter, because you don't have to worry about surviving because you live in this capitalistic society. Although these people, will teach, talk, and tell anybody that will listen that socialism and Marxism is the way, and it is the greatest thing since sliced bread. But even those that speak on this themselves don't live it, and they don't necessarily believe it, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though.
I'm going to be supporting the Republicans in the midterm election. I'm hoping that the Republicans maintain control both of the House and the Senate. The last thing I want is Chuck Schumer to be head of the Senate, or Liz Warren to be chairperson of a committee, or AOC to be chairperson of a committee. The Democrats have not only lost my votes, but they have made me an enemy, essentially, by how they've moved away from American values, Israeli values, and values of decency. So I'm not only no longer a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, but I am a very anti-Democrat. I'm against the Democratic Party. I will do anything to see Mom Donnie defeated.
Yeah, that didn't work. But you have a lot of people out there saying that, hey, I'm not a Republican. I'm not moving towards the GOP, but I'm completely done with the Democrat Party, which my assumption would be maybe they go independent and they do everything that they can to, vote against the Democrat Party, or, sit it out, take the couch, vote the couch. Who knows? But when you have large donors like this saying, nah, I'm done with these people, yeah, that lets you know Democrats are in trouble, man. They are.
The truth is, not every child gets the
Sit it out, take the couch, vote the couch. Who knows? But when you have large donors like this saying, nah, I'm done with these people, yeah, that lets you know Democrats are in trouble, man. They are.
After this ride on the London Tube, I got a whole new perspective. One of the things as Americans, listen, obviously America, we're more polarized than we've been in years. Republicans hate Democrats, Democrats hate Republicans, everybody hates everybody. Everybody's on the extremes. Meanwhile, most of the people are, 80% of the people are in the middle, can't find a candidate they like. Say what you want about Trump. You all know I voted for Biden, I voted for Harris. I gotta be honest with you, I'm making the swing fast. There's a lot of things going on in the world, a lot of things that I'm seeing in Europe, a lot of things that I'm seeing in London. Strike up a nice conversation with a good guy in London. He's talking, he's like, listen, there's a lot of the British people, a lot of people in London, for all his shortcomings, they want Trump here because the crime is out of control, immigration is out of control. Say what you want. For my Democratic friends, liberals, people on the left, listen, man, we're either going to have laws or we're not. Break the.
Let me tell you, people all over the world are rooting for Trump, okay, are rooting for America. And Trump even said it during his first term. He said, if you guys understood, talking to the Americans, what these globalists, what these people were trying to do to you, you would thank me. You would thank me for being here. Okay? Trump was actually the Trump card. He is the only one that's standing in the way of this one world order. Trust me. Okay, all you have to do is open up your eyes, look over the pond, look over at UK, look at France, look at the Netherlands. I've been saying it over and over again. Okay, they have an Islamic takeover. Okay, and then here in Dearborn, Michigan, and Columbus, Ohio, they're trying to create a caliphate to go all over the world to take over. And I know it sounds crazy and it almost sounds paranoid, but all you have to do is look at London and look at the 16 mayors, okay, that are in the UK, and they've instituted Sharia law. But let's continue.
Law, go to jail. You want to play by the rules, you want to play by the laws, you should be good. If you don't, there should be consequences. And in London right now, every single person has told me, don't walk with your phone out. Don't wear a watch in Mayfair. Don't do it. Even right now, I'm about to turn a corner on a street. I got to worry about holding my phone because some moron might come by on an e-bike, try and grab it. Obviously, I'll run his ass down. You know this. But what's going on across the world is a real problem. The crime rates in these places are unnecessary. They're making our favorite big cities unsafe. It's pushing out good quality people. It's attracting bad quality people. And it is not a good quality of life for anybody. Low income, high income, black, white, purple, tall, fat, skinny, you know me, I don't care. Everybody should have a good quality of life. Everybody should be entitled to their safety. I also think everybody should have good education and healthcare. It's a separate conversation. But what's going on here, I just thought it was super interesting to have a conversation with a nice, level-headed, normal guy on the tube, or as we call it, the subway, where in that case, he was saying a lot of British people, you know, again, for the issues that they have with Trump, they want him here. They want that sort of enforcement. They want someone that comes in and says, this is the law. You either follow the law or get out or go to jail. And that should be it. Because what Trump said the other day at the UN and what I'm experiencing here in London, it doesn't seem to matter what side of the aisle you're on in London. They hate this mayor. They hate the police. They're not doing anything. They're all afraid. The crime is too high. Nobody's wearing nice watches. Everybody's afraid for their new iPhone, and it should not be that way. So I want to hear, I know a lot of you guys are in England. A lot of people are in London. A lot of Europeans that follow along. I want to hear your guys' thoughts.
Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts. And this is the thing. Liberal agenda and liberal policies are unsafe. They're dangerous places, and the policies don't make sense for anybody except for criminals and illegal immigrants. That's it. What he described as going on in London are also the same things that are happening here in all of your major liberal cities across the country. The same exact things. The same exact things. These people, for whatever reason, they want lawlessness. They thrive in lawlessness. And this is their MO, not just here in the United States, but this is their MO all across the globe. Anywhere where liberalism is in charge, it's unsafe, the taxes are crazy, and the regulations are outrageous, meaning that, you know, businesses can't thrive and people are struggling. That is the MO of liberalism, not just here in the States, but across the globe. I want to hear from you guys in the comment sections. What are your thoughts on this? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. And as always, keep God first, stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
And let me know what you think about all of this. Are you a Democrat? Are you Republican, independent? Let me know. What do you think about the Democratic Party? All right, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Again, I'll put the link to A Righteous Perspective in the description. And if you're feeling friendly, buy your girl a cup of coffee. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.